Hi, JoJo here, today with a short story, not a rhyme, called Sammy the Seagull. Once upon a time, in a charming coastal town by the sparkling blue sea, lived a mischievous seagull named Sammy. Sammy was no ordinary seagull. He had a twinkle in his eye and a heart full of adventure. But there was one thing that Sammy loved more than anything else in the world: scones. You see, the seaside town was famous for its delicious scones. People from all around would come to the local bakery to savour the warm, fluffy scones that were baked fresh every day. The scones were golden brown on the outside and soft on the inside. They smelled heavenly and tasted even better. There were plain scones, scones with raisins, and scones with a hint of cinnamon, something to please every palate. Now, Sammy was not your ordinary seagull who loved to swoop down and snatch fish from the sea. No, he had a sweet tooth for scones. Every morning as the bakery doors opened and the aroma of freshly baked scones wafted through the air, Sammy would perch on the roof nearby, waiting for his chance to swoop in. One sunny morning, as the baker was taking out a tray of piping hot scones, Sammy saw his chance. With a graceful glide, he swooped down, grabbing a scone in his beak, and took off into the sky. The baker gasped in surprise and shook his head, laughing. "Oh, that's Sammy, he's at it again." Sammy soared high above the town with his precious scone. He felt the wind rush through his feathers as he enjoyed his daring escapade. He landed on a rocky ledge overlooking the sea, ready to savour his ill-gotten treat. But just as Sammy was about to take his first bite, a soft voice interrupted him. "Hey, Mr. Seagull, that's not very nice." Startled, Sammy looked around and saw a little girl named Sally sitting nearby with a thoughtful expression on her face. "You see," Sally continued, "those scones are made with love by the baker for all the people who visit the seaside. Taking one without asking isn't fair to them." Sammy blinked at Sally, surprised by her words. He hadn't really thought about it that way before. He looked down at the scone with his beak, and then back at Sally with a sheepish smile. He slowly flew down and landed beside her. "I guess you're right," Sammy admitted. "I got so carried away by the yummy smell that I forgot about how important these scones are to everyone." Sally warmly smiled. "Don't worry, Mr. Seagull. I think the baker will forgive you if you promise not to take any more scones without asking." Sally smiled warmly. Sammy nodded earnestly. "You're right, Sally. From now on I'll ask nicely if I want a scone." And so Sammy and Sally became friends. Sammy would visit Sally and her family at the seaside often, and sometimes Sally would share a small piece of her scone with him. But he always made sure to ask politely before taking a bite. As the days went by, Sammy learned that sharing and being kind was much more satisfying than snatching scones. And Sally taught him that friendship was the sweetest treat of all, even sweeter than the most delicious scone. And so Sammy the Seagull, once known for his scone-stealing adventures, became known as Sammy the Friendly Seagull, who brightened the seaside with his playful spirit and warm heart. And they all lived happily ever after by the sparkling blue sea. Hope you enjoyed that. Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you can to make it grow. And I'll see you again another day. Many thanks.